Your mindset is the axis upon which your world spins. Your mindset is not just a buzzword or self-help jargon, it is the invisible hand shaping your reality, crafting your limits, and defining your possibilities. Change your mindset, and you change your life. Not eventually, not someday, instantly. But let me begin with a story, a true one. There once was a boy, curious, bright-eyed, and full of dreams. He was not born into wealth. He did not live in a house full of confidence. In fact, every day he woke up in a home where love was scarce and fear was abundant. He was told not to aim too high, to not expect too much, and to just be realistic. He believed them, until one day, he stumbled across a book in a dusty school library. The title was The Power of the Mind. He opened that book like it was a door. Inside, he read something that shook him. Your thoughts create your life. What you believe about yourself will become your truth. That boy was me, and I stand here today not because life was easy, but because something changed inside me the moment I realized my mindset was the paintbrush and my life was the canvas. So today, let us explore the incredible, transformative, soul-shifting power of mindset. Each of us has two voices inside. The first voice is the voice of limitation. It says, "You can't do that. You're not smart enough. People like you don't get far. Don't even try. You'll only fail." And then, there's the second voice. The voice of truth, of possibility. It whispers, "Try again. You were made for more. This is just the beginning. Your future is not defined by your past." Now here's the catch, the voice you feed becomes the voice that leads. If you feed your doubts, they will grow and wrap around your dreams like weeds. But if you feed your belief, your courage, your determination, they will bloom into unstoppable force. What voice have you been feeding? The power of mindset is not about pretending that pain doesn't exist. It's about choosing what story you tell yourself about the pain. When life breaks you, when you lose the job, when the person walks away, when the diagnosis hits, it is not the circumstance that defines you, it's the mindset you bring to it. Let's talk about a concept that changed everything for millions, fixed versus growth mindset. Coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, these two mindsets shape our entire approach to learning, failure, and success. A fixed mindset says, "I am what I am. My abilities are static. If I fail, it means I'm not enough." A growth mindset says, "I am a work in progress. Every failure is feedback. I can learn, grow, and become." One views failure as proof of inadequacy. The other sees it as the path to mastery. Thomas Edison tried over 1,000 times to invent the light bulb. When asked how it felt to fail so many times, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." That's mindset. Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again. And that is why I succeed." That's mindset. You are not born with a fixed amount of talent, intelligence, or strength. You grow into it. Your greatest battle will not be in the courtroom, the boardroom, or the operating room. It will not be in stadiums or stages. It will be in your mind. Every day. And that battlefield will either elevate you, or defeat you, before you even step into the world. Do you know what separates the top 1% of performers from the rest? Not luck, not IQ, not even resources. It's the relentless discipline of their mindset. They understand something vital. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And your systems are driven by your beliefs. So the question is, what beliefs are driving your life? Here's a truth that will hurt at first, but heal in the end. Pain is not the enemy. Most people run from it, numb it, deny it, bury it. But pain is not punishment. Pain is a teacher, a sculptor, a fire that burns away what no longer serves you. The greatest minds, artists, athletes, and leaders didn't succeed in spite of their pain. They succeeded because of what they did with it. Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison, emerged with a mindset not of vengeance but of forgiveness and purpose. He said, "I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying." He turned pain into purpose. What if your scars are not symbols of brokenness but badges of survival? What if your story is not over but just turning the page? What if the fire you went through was not meant to consume you but to forge you? Now let's get practical. You can't control every thought that pops into your mind, but you can control what you dwell on. And that starts with your environment, your habits, and your choices. Environment. Are you surrounding yourself with people who expand your vision or shrink it? Who challenge you or coddle your excuses? Habits. Are your daily routines aligned with the person you want to become? Or are they keeping you trapped in who you used to be? Choice. Are you choosing growth, even when it's hard? Or comfort, even when it costs your dreams? Mindset is not something you have, it's something you practice. Every single day, choose the discomfort of growth over the ease of stagnation. Choose the friction of change over the numbness of regret. Choose to fight for your future, even if your past has always told you it's not worth it. Because you are not a product of your circumstances, you are a product of your decisions. Let me ask you something: who are you becoming? When your identity shifts, your reality shifts. If you keep calling yourself lazy, broken, unlucky, unlovable, you will act accordingly. But if you begin to claim a new identity, resilient, courageous, valuable, you will begin to live in alignment with that truth. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your trauma. You are who you decide to become. And the way you see yourself is the thermostat for your life. You can only rise to the level of your self-image. So if you want to change your life, start here. Change what you believe about yourself. There will be days when everything in you screams, "I can't do this." When you feel like quitting, not because you're weak, but because you're tired. That's when mindset becomes more than motivation, it becomes survival. You will need to remind yourself. You have overcome hard things before. You were built to endure storms. You are not your emotions. You are stronger than you know. And sometimes, the greatest act of courage is simply getting up one more time. Let your setbacks build your stamina. Let your delays develop your depth. Let your failures forge your faith. Because sometimes, what looks like the end of the road, is actually a curve. And here's the most beautiful part: your mindset doesn't just change your life. It changes the lives around you. When one person decides to live with intention, to rise, to fight, to believe, it sends ripples. Your children will watch you and believe differently. Your friends will be inspired by your resilience. Your community will feel the warmth of your courage. The mindset you carry becomes the legacy you leave. Mindset is not a one-time shift. It's a daily rebuild. Every morning you will face doubt, fear, distraction. And every morning you must choose again. Choose belief over doubt. Choose gratitude over complaint. Choose vision over comfort. Choose purpose over pleasure. Discipline your mind like a warrior trains for battle. Daily, deliberately, determinedly. You don't rise to your potential. You rise to your preparation. So now, as we stand at the edge of this moment, I ask you not to remember my words, but to remember your own power. Because in the end, the most powerful mindset is simple. I may not be there yet, but I'm on my way. And with every step, every fall, every climb, every setback, you will grow into the person you were always meant to be. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait for the fear to leave. Start now, right here, right in the middle of your mess, your doubts, your chaos. Because greatness doesn't begin when things are easy. It begins when you decide, I am more than my fear. I am more than my past. I am more than what they said about me. I am becoming who I was born to be. That is the power of mindset. Thank you.